Alright, let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna be playing some Recettear. This is a Japanese indie game about running an item shop. I played through it once or twice in the past, but that was years ago. So I don't remember too much of... Well, okay, I remember quite a bit of how to play it, but I probably don't have the muscle memory for the dungeoneering parts especially. So, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna start with no previous save file. So we'll be going through all of the story mode as you would on the first run. And then, well, maybe I'll do some endless mode after that, but probably won't get to that tonight. I'm gonna be skipping the intro stuff because there's a lot of stuff here and it's mostly tutorials. It's basically just teaching you, well, you're this girl Recettear, and this fairy shows up and tells you that your father disappeared and you've got a bunch of unpaid debts. So you have to take over an item shop and make a bunch of money to pay back those debts. Start with, I think we'll want something. We'll want a couple of really cheap items, and then we'll want something fairly expensive. So let's go with the cloth robe, and then just some clothes. Yep, we've got everything we want. So we're gonna get a bunch of more tutorials. Place the items we bought. And then we can get to selling stuff. And get even more tutorials. Yep. Keeping all those. And now this lady is going to walk in and I think buy just the walnut bread. Okay, we're selling at 104% because that's the ideal price if you don't want to memorize prices for every customer separately. You just always sell at 104% and buy at 70% because that's going to give you maximum XP bonuses. And you really need to level up as fast as possible if you want to beat the game. Well, not just beat the game in the first playthrough, but also unlock all the stuff you can in the first playthrough, mainly the last dungeon. So, I'm going to sell one more time. Hopefully someone will come in and buy that robe. That's not the robe. So we want to sell the robe so we'll have enough money to buy a better weapon for the first time we're going to go adventuring. So things are going to go a bit faster. Okay, let's go one more time. So the little girl... Oh man. Alright, well, I suppose we're not going adventuring today then. Still, we're gonna go to Adventurers Guild and meet up with Louis, who is the first adventurer you're gonna unlock. And he's really poor, so he's gonna go adventuring with you for free. The later adventurers you actually have to pay some money for, although it's a pretty negligible amount, so it really doesn't matter too much. But Louis is free, so you'll never run out of money. You can always go adventuring and get some items with Louis. There he is, trying to get his Adventurers Guild license. And we're gonna help him out with that. I'm just gonna skip this because it's really not that interesting. So since we still didn't sell the robe, I'm going to buy up some swords, I guess. Just get a bit more inventory. We can actually make some money by selling stuff now. Hopefully someone's gonna buy the robe soon. I didn't actually test this starting strategy, so it might hurt me here. Okay, looks like they really don't want to buy that robe. It might have been a too expensive item for to start off with. But we'll make do. It's really not that necessary for us to get the sword. I think I'm just gonna go adventuring with Louis right now to get that that ball rolling. Yeah, let's just skip these starter events. There's really not much of interest going on. We'll be looking at the later stuff because there's actually some fairly funny events. Alright, so we're gonna recruit Louis. We've got no items to give him, so we'll just go on to the Hall of Trials. The first dungeon is really easy. Something we'll be doing a bit here, and probably not too much later on, is building up this chain. The chain builds up when you kill monsters of the same type, which is really easy in the first dungeon because they're mostly just green slimes. I don't think these guys count for the chain, so I should be able to. Okay, oh, they do reset the chain. Well, damn. They don't build one, but they do reset it, apparently. So anyway, the more chain you've got, the more XP each monster drops. And that can be fairly useful. We don't care about that too much though, because we'll ditch Louis as soon as possible. And the XP the monsters drop is represented with those gems that pop out of them when you kill them. That's the level exit, but I do want to see if there's anything more to find here. And kill a few more slimes. We're gonna need a bunch of that slime gel later on for crafting. I should have actually made a spreadsheet of what crafting items we'll need. But I forgot about that, so it's not gonna be that necessary for the first run anyway. Or the first stream. Because we won't be doing that much dungeoneering early on. And chain also resets between levels. We can probably equip that helmet. Alright, get some extra defense. Not that we're taking a lot of damage right now. But it's still nice to have, and it will sell for some stuff when you get back to town. Oh. Definitely need to silence that before something weird happens. So we've got one special attack right now, which is that spin that deals extra damage. It consumes like 5 SP. Your SP and HP level, reset when you level up. So whenever you're getting close to the next level, you can spam those abilities. Oh, come on now, the fairy. I have to get the easy stuff out of the way in case there are new people watching, people who aren't familiar with this. I might even put this thing up on YouTube later, I've been thinking about starting to put streams up on there. I hear it's good for you. Although it is such a bother having to cut stuff up and edit them and put them up there. Especially when you don't have that many viewers interested in it. Still, I might get to doing that. And there really isn't much else to talk about at this point in the game. Well, you know, YouTube watchers are people too, and can't all be there at the same time. And Twitch VODs are notoriously terrible. Oh, didn't have the SP for my special attack there, but we got a crit, so it's fine. Probably be paying attention to the game, even though we are just doing the easy dungeon. These kobold or... no, actually I think these are goblins. They can drop some fairly rare ingredients, but the chance is pretty low. The other guys here really don't drop much other than the slime gel and some equipment, but not much crafting stuff, and the early equipment really doesn't or isn't worth that much. I do kind of wish you had an extra button for picking up items. Having to attack them is a bit weird. And there's plenty of room on a controller or a keyboard, especially. For it. The game only really uses 3 buttons, well, 4 buttons and directions. And the huh? I thought I found a camera change. This as well. Maybe it only works in the shop. But yeah, all you've got is your special attack, normal attack, menu, and then one more button that I don't actually remember what it does right now. If anything. That's right. Or maybe I didn't bind my controller properly. That's also quite possible. These guys are fairly easy, especially with someone that has a decent amount of range, like Louis. They just chase you. And those guys didn't want to die for some reason. That's what happens when you don't bring out a decent sword. I think how you get a critical hit is completely random. I don't think there's any timing element or anything like that to it. Oh. Seems we missed that the last time around. I think egg toast is worth something decent. Okay, yeah, it's 500. Worth more than 2 starter swords, so that's pretty decent. Alright, and here's the end of the dungeon. Oh, can't skip this yet. So the only reward we're gonna get is Louis' adventurer card, which is something every adventurer has to give us, so that we can make contracts with them. We're just gonna skip that again. Really not much interesting happening here. And we got exactly the amount of stuff that we could have carried. That's pretty cool. Now then, our expensive stuff. Wooden chest piece. some egg toast, and now I don't actually remember if people buy these powerful antivenoms, but I'm gonna put one on display because you really don't want to craft anything with those. The only recipe those that those are used in is, I think, a ring, which aren't really good in this game. So there's really not much reason to keep those. And certainly we won't be collecting them from dungeons if we have to make room for another item. Those things are gonna be among the first to fly. Although of course we'll drop stuff like old mufflers first because they're absolutely worthless. Alright, so let's make some money. Oh. Now he should be able to afford that, even though his budget normally wouldn't allow it, because he picked it up. Louis is fairly poor at the start. Although I don't have my... I don't have the customer budget stuff available to me right now. I should have opened those up somewhere, I guess, but we should do fine without those. I do need to mark up when people level up though. Alright, so now I don't actually remember how you get Charm unlocked. I think you meet her at the pub for the first time. I could be wrong though. Charm's the next character we'll want, or the next adventure we'll want. We won't be using Louis once we get Charm. Since the pub's not open yet, I'll make a bit more money before go check out events. Okay, so it looks like they do buy the antivenoms. That's good. A decent bit of early cash for items that are fairly useless. Alright, and our merchant level almost went up to 3. Pub's still not open, but there's 2 events available, so we'll check out those and then go buy some stuff. I'm really used to reading stuff like this pretty fast, so it's kind of weird trying to figure out how much of a time to leave between these for people to be able to read them on the stream. I guess I could read them all out, but I don't think I'll be going for that. I'm not much of a voice actor. Oh right, of course, you meet Charm at the end of the second dungeon. Right. I totally forgot about that. Well, that's gonna make things easier. So I think I only need to maybe get some events with Louis and then wait for Louis to come tell me that they found that dungeon. Unless it's already unlocked, which I guess it could be. Well, we'll go look at the stuff once the guild is open again. Let's buy some slightly more expensive items. Actually, I think I won't buy something from the market. Okay. Should be able to make a decent amount of money with these. Okay, so that's just the tutorial to time management. We basically have 4 time slots every day. And if you go out and view events, that takes up 1 time slot. If you go dungeoneering, that takes up 2. Actually, let's put that there. And if you open the store, that takes up 1 as well. Oh, and if you go out just to buy items, that also takes up 1 slot, just like checking out events. You can check out as many events as you want and shop, and it will only take that one slot. So it's best to combine that stuff up. It would be so convenient if you could just set up your default percentage to buy and sell at. You just mash X through all this. Especially early on when you have to go to single digits to match the percentage. Because things are so cheap. Okay, so Lou is trying to sell us stuff. We'll do 70%. And we're making decent progress on our merchant level. That's really the key thing you need early on. As many of these combos as possible to get that merchant level up sky high. Because it gives you access to better items, it gives you access to, well, a whole bunch of stuff. I'll look at the list in a moment. Oh man. Good thing we can afford that, because we're gonna make a lot of profit on that thing. Okay, yeah, that's just introducing us to the concept of customers actually asking for a category instead of a set item. We really don't have that much else to put on sale. But that's fine, it means we're making money. Lack of catchphrase commentary. I'm not really good with catchphrases. What do you want? We're making loads of money? A ton of dosh? Yeah, I'm really not great with those. Alright, Louis leveled up. Let me just really quickly fire up a note file. Our list listings. Hopefully this won't... Okay, yeah, it's not showing up. Okay. We'll just plot that down there. And that should be fine. Use the cutesy voice. Level up? Yeah, no, I can't. My voice doesn't go that high. Nope, we're not buying that, we're selling that. Alright, here comes the money. Irashaimase indeed. Okay, so things are going fairly smoothly. Hopefully we can enter the next dungeon at the start of next day. Okay, we got merchant level 5. I'll have to check what that does for us. I think we've probably unlocked a new tier of items, but we'll in a few levels if we didn't now. Okay. Tell me, dear fairy, what have we got? Okay, so we've got more items and we've got fusion rank 1. Yeah, the better Twitch TV emotes are fairly obnoxious, but I couldn't find a way to disable them. Or, like, I disabled them in BTTV settings, but they still show up. I checked about that and that's a known bug in it, and I didn't find a solution. Maybe I'll look into it later again. So, we can't make any items right now, but we are going to buy a steel sword for Louis. And with that we should be fine on the Jadeway. We can probably go through all the 15 levels right now and get straight to Charm. Stop running away. There we go. Maybe I should have bought some armor, but early on things really don't hit all that hard, even if you're using the crappiest armor available. Ooh, I think that's fairly useful, isn't it? Oh right, Louis can use that. It would be a decent defense boost. Man, Louis is so slow. That's why I really want Charm ASAP. Because she can dash, unlike Louis. And she also, because she doesn't really have many, or she has fairly low defensive stats. So she's got higher offense. Counter that. Unlike, say, Elan, who you get later on. Who can also dash, but he's more defensively focused. We don't like those mushrooms. They're fairly unpredictable. I suppose I don't like unpredictable enemies in general. The bees are also fairly annoying, but at least they don't... well, it's fairly easy to see when they're coming down, and they can't hit you when they're flying up high. These hits we're taking really aren't even bringing our HP down. Which is pretty nice. Wait, did I see that right? Oh no, that was just a +3. I thought that was a +8 furball, and I didn't think the items actually go that high. At least the drop shouldn't. Well, I don't know. Like, are enemies with random patterns, do they require skill? I mean, I guess they do, but like I like part of the skill requirement being knowing their patterns. So if they're bouncing around randomly, that kinda detracts from that. So it's more you just need to have twitch reflexes rather than I guess like knowledge based or experience based skill. But I can see your point. They certainly do make it a bit harder. And part of the skill regarding them would be knowing to be wary of the patterns. Now just scrubbing it up hard. This icy stuff is pretty annoying. Don't have Eskimo shoes yet to counter that. Not that we'd be using those for long anyway. You just use them when they're the best defensive item. Would be good if all the boots after that had the same protection against ice, but I don't think they do. Alright. One more floor to the first boss, which is, I think, the Slime King? King Slime? Something like that. Hopefully he'll drop us a slime liver, because I think that can be used to craft some fairly decent items. I think there might actually be a guaranteed drop on the first go, but I might be wrong about that. There we go. Ooh, the Inkwell I think is fairly rare, at least from these guys. And again, I don't know if there's any low-level recipes that actually use that. So not sure how useful that's gonna be. Really, I just miss going fast. This is so slow. With Charm you can just dash through those rocks and not get hit. They also don't want to just rush for the exit in these levels, because that way you miss a bunch of items and you really need to have. Well, it's good to get as many good items as possible early on, because the game is really time limited. You only have like I think 5 weeks to pay off all the debt, and that's when the story mode ends. So if you want to unlock or get to the end of the last story mode dungeon,